Something that this made me think of, because we're speaking about lying, and something that I've realized, in this last few years is that lying is almost a practice. Tell me what you think of this. I feel like sometimes it develops in children, whether it's because they're scared to tell their parents the truth, so it's easier for them to lie and get away with it. And I feel like when you practice this as a child, then it becomes something that you use a lot as an adult, and it's kind of hard to break.
Definitely.
Right? What would you say to parents to kind of help navigate their children so that they don't fall into the trap of lying?
Well, telling them the truth yourself is a good start. Telling the truth to your wife or your husband and letting the children see that and engaging in the kind of conflict that exchanging the truth produces and allowing the children to observe that. When you're married, everyone's marriage has difficulties, and it's not because marriage is difficult, it's because life is difficult. And when you're married, you go through those difficulties together. And many of the difficulties that you go through are the consequence of being in an uncertain place. Whenever you know what to do, you're not suffering. It's when you don't know what to do that you're suffering. When you're married, you're going to have different opinions when you run into a difficult problem, and then there's going to be conflict. There's no difference between that conflict and communication. There's no difference between that conflict and thinking. They're the same thing. Engaging in that process is challenging and difficult because when you exchange genuine information, there's always the sacrifice of what was erroneous, and that casts you into doubt and even shame to some degree. But if the process is adhered to religiously and the problem is rectified, then the children can see that there's a process of truth-mediated conflict and some disruption, but that the consequence of that is the restoration of peace. And they need to see that whole process. It's crucial.